What's something that exists in your culture that you just cannot stand? Busy places are annoying AF. Everyone says that it is an event full of beauty, but as soon as people start to leave the streets it looks like you're in the middle of a landfill. We do have people working to collect garbage, but the least these pigs should do is to show a little bit of respect discarding the fucking trash in the trash bins. Besides, Brazil has some pages to take from other countries' books when it comes to dealing with thieves, or rather, we should take the whole books instead, as we say here. Carnival is a full dish for thieves. Pledging allegiance to the flag in grade school, didn't even realize most other countries don't even do that. Panicky fire and brimstone evangelists, corporate cable news, adults who bike on the sidewalk, people who don't pick up after their dogs both in public spaces and their personal lawns that they have parties on, sports and education being hinged together, people who use giant pickup trucks for city commuting. Not sure all of those are unique to American culture, but definitely some of them. The passive, lazy attitude when it comes to group work. These people will not plan ahead, will not discuss about the plan and wait until last minutes to panic. When you finally propose a plan, they won't respond, won't express their opinions, won't contribute to it. And they call you uptight, controlling asshole behind your back simply because you need plans and deadlines. As an ABC, ask culture and low context social communication on the American side. Having grown up with guest culture and high context social communication, I can't stand being direct. It feels almost true to me. Conversely, on the Asian side, being afraid to make mistakes in eye exams and refusing to guess. Like, just guess a fucking letter. 1. Moms treating boys like angels, and criticizing their daughters for everything. 2. Dads being distant with both sons and daughters. All kids have issues due to this. 3. Parents beating the hell out of their kids, sometimes toddlers. 4. Having to respect elders by default, even at the cost of your own dignity. Having to respect your elders just because they're older. I believe respect is earned, not owed. Some of the most disrespectful, crap-starting people in my life are aunts, uncles, older cousins, etc., and I think it's stupid to show respect to someone who has never shown me any just because of their age. Hating people with a college education really says a lot about the state of my country, that getting educated to a level of being qualified to know what the fuck you're talking about is feared and mocked, but some YouTuber conspiracy theorists swear it is taken as gospel. Oppression of women. As a male, this is the worst thing I have ever seen. Taking actual measures to protect them is one of my life goals now, but I won't stand for that I want to be independent bullshit. If you want to do that, don't come to me for any help or protection. This strange urge to apologize for itself. At some point pride in the culture became something ugly, despite that culture being one of the best and most stable ones on the planet, giving way for importing all kinds of troublesome beliefs and values. Historical inaccuracies, omissions, and general dishonesty. Essentially, refusing to admit how brutal all human beings were to each other since ever. We're really terrible, and we made sure to be even worse by using tools, aka weapons, putting down artists as being entitled, eccentric, non-contributors to society. Someone designed the print on your favorite dress and your favorite album art. Just imagine walking through your world without music. Artists contribute to society. There are a lot of major problems with junior high school hockey culture and what they get away with and how some boys are regarded and treated. Also, lack of interprovincial free trade because folks are stubborn. Hiding abuse in the name of propriety. What people say about your family is still very important, and racism is still rampant. I love my Mexican heritage, but I'm not blind to our shortcomings as a whole. The roles of women taking care of all the housework drives me insane when I'm at a family function and there's a swarm of women working away in the kitchen while the men sit around waiting to be served. Not something I can't stand, but something that is very much important for Indians is arranged marriages. Without it, most boys' men in India would be single and never would have had a woman around him. Obeying the elders in your family to the point of ruining their own mental well-being or relationships with others. I was not raised with that mentality, but seeing it happen around me is frustrating. Women are treated like the absolute worst. Casteism and colorism. Occasional honor killings. Worst is no way to get out of it without losing all your family and everything you've known so far. Drink culture in the UK. Alcoholism is normal and encouraged and ruins nightlife with the amount of idiots who can stop drinking and need to go home in ambulance police van. I'm sure this will get downvoted, but I think hating on your own country is pretty annoying. Especially Americans. Everyone is so negative and only focuses on the bad things. People who have an opinion based on no knowledge of whatever the topic is. It should be perfectly acceptable to say I don't know enough about to have an opinion. In my country, we are not direct. We don't speak up front. We consider that to be rude and impolite, so people lie all the time or speak in circles. I absolutely hate that. Not selling ancestral land because it's taboo and paying bride price. I consider those practices outlandish, obsolete and quite frankly an absolute waste of time. Honestly, people that think one of two political parties is the right party. If you're one of these people, let me tell you, as it's all a big club and we're not in it. After dinner all the women go to the kitchen and clean up while the men have fun. I hate it. I now don't do it when I'm hosting and insist everyone have fun. In our culture, social life is very strongly bonded to how much you use alcohol. Non-drinkers have no friends and they never get invitations to anything. Laddie football fans, basically a bunch of louts who drink too much, get super aggressive and generally act like buffoons and piss everyone else off. Peru. People are just incredibly selfish. They put their own benefit over everything else. Driving here will make you realize that very quickly. Educated people being seen as elitist and wanting a politician who is just like me. I want someone way smarter than me running this place. I'm an African American man and I can't stand seeing black women wearing shower caps on their heads, especially in public, that's all. Thinking that anyone that disagrees with you is evil. Having a different opinion or point of view is seen as being unconscionable. Roadmen. They're British gangsters who are just utterly repulsive. Because they're not even tough, they're just blatant cowards. Boobs being considered inappropriate. If anyone can be shirtless, everyone should be able to be shirtless. Free the nipple. Not my culture per se, but the one I currently live in, here in Italy, you're not allowed to blow your nose in public. I'm in America. Entitlement. A lot of people complain that life is hard and want free stuff, rather than working. Conformism. Why the hell did we all collectively agree to happily settle for the bare minimum being given to us? Crab mentality. No one will try to pull a fellow countryman down faster than another person in this country. The acceptance of the obesity epidemic, like we aren't the ones creating the lifestyle that has caused it. Respect elders. Some of my elders are really trash. No longer about content of character, but about age. Respect elders. Some of my elders are really trash. No longer about content of character, but about age. I feel like feelings are starting to become more important than facts or common sense in my culture. Food companies putting tons of sugar in the food supply to keep people addicted to their products. We allow anyone with a pulse to buy semi-automatic weapons and they end up killing school kids. Sijao. People who have seen the I just turned 18 memes, you know what I'm talking about. Murdering your offspring because you are inconvenienced by the outcome of your own actions. Hitting children. On top of that, refusing to even learn about other discipline methods. Tipping. Companies refuse to pay workers properly so it comes out of our paycheck. Instead, Rishi Sunak, and any prime ministers we've had for a while. Boris Johnson was a cunt too. Me. Trapped in it. My culture. I can't stand it, I can't trust it, I can't escape it. Misanthropy. Everyone seems to hate humanity. It ain't perfect, but it ain't all bad. The amount of mindless watching of TV. Of course now it's Netflix or some such. Homeless people in empty buildings. Hungry people and massive food waste. People that demand respect just by virtue of existing longer than others. Being late. For literally everything. Literally. Never on time ever. This isn't something I've ever considered. Have to get back to you. The law of Jante. One of the worst parts of Scandinavian culture. The obsession over an expression of the right to bear arms. Tradition. I'd cry. But I don't like traditions in the family. The idea that you are required to have an opinion on a topic. Sleeping under the desk to get more work done mentality.